Hey guys, it's Maymay, and today we do part 4 of our 5-card series featuring the With Sympathy stamp set. And today's card is a pet sympathy card. Now, if you know people like me that have fur babies and love them very much, when they lose them, it is very sorrowful, and I think it's lovely to send a card to someone when they go through that time in their life. So this today will be a pet sympathy card. So to start with, I'm going to protect my work surface here, and this is a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of white cardstock. So I'm going to be digging into some old stamp sets today. I'm going to use this one called Relic, and I want to use this paint swash right here. Now, I've done this technique before on a very spring-looking card, but today I want to do something in rainbow. So I'm going to bring out the Roy G. Biv. And yes, I even went Biv, and let me show you what I mean. I'm doing red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, we're going to call that indigo, and then violet. So I'm going to use all of the colors of the rainbow today, and you can decide, how you start and with what color you start with. I'm going to start with red. Now we're going to have to clean our stamp in between each one of these, but that's okay. It'll be beautiful when it's finished. So I'm going to go down the side of my page and create a rainbow effect. And I want to start on and off the page. So I'm going to let that hang over slightly and get the effect of the rainbow kind of starting off the page. Do you see how I let that hang over slightly? Okay, and then we're going to need to clean this one. And depending on how much space we have, we may come back and do another red, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to clean each one in between. So let me clean this one real quick. And you're going to want to clean them very well in between because you don't want the colors to carry from one to the next. So I cleaned this off really well, and now I'm going into the orange. And I'm just going to put this right where the red ends. I'm going to try to. I can't get my head over it because of the camera. But I want it to kind of just go. I don't mind that white space in between. Remember that. I just like for it to kind of feel like it's together. Okay. So there's the orange. Now I'm going to continue this process all the way down the side of this card. So cleaning my stamp in between and stamping the different colors down. So I got my rainbow all the way down the page, and now I'm going to go to another oldie but goodie stamp set. This one is called Trixie's Valentine, and I'm going to be using that paw print right there, and I've already loaded it here onto my block. And you guys might remember that we brought in the Ranger Pigment ink pad in black tie, and I wanted to try it, and I thought this would be cool. This is the first time I'm trying it right here with you guys, and we'll see how it does. I definitely want to use a pigment ink because I need it to be pretty strong because I'm going over some pretty bright, vivid colors. I want to have paw prints going all the way up this. That's kind of what I have in my vision here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a piece of scrap. And I'm going to kind of see how this ink does. So it's a little fading in the middle, but it might just be how I'm inking it. So this is a foam pad, but it's a firm foam. I kind of like that pad. There we go. I was being a little bit shy. I have to be a little firmer with that, so I wanted to test. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ink this guy up really well. And then starting at the bottom, again, off and on the page, I'm going to stamp a paw print at the bottom. Now, let me tell you how I always mess up here, okay? I always get too fast. I want to just go stamp, stamp, stamp up the page, and that's not the way to go. The way to go is to take your time and to make sure you're getting a good image on each one. If you don't, you'll be sad. I did it there. It doesn't bother me too bad. I feel like I can put a paw print over that, and it won't be the end of anything, but we'll see. So I'm just going to continue the paw prints up the page all the way to the top. See what I did? I did it right there. The ink is on the stamp, but I didn't put it down. You can see the ink on there. So now I've got to try to line that up. Maybe I can. Let's see if I can get lucky. Sometimes I do. I'm very bad at relining things up. Oh, I did it. Not bad. Okay. I'm telling y'all, I'm the worst at that. I'll just get in a hurry and just stamp and not even pay attention. So I need one more right here. Let's see if we can pay attention. Perfect. Wow, I really like this ink. It's beautiful. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave this in here because it came with it, which tells me I should leave it in there. And put my lid back on. Perfect. All right, now to the next step. So from the same Trixie's Valentine set, I'm going to use this little bone, and I'm also digging into a set called Define Emotions, and I want to use that little cloud. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp the little bone in black. Let's see how it does when I take it to the stamp now. I like trying this out, so y'all see me trying it on camera with you guys. So we're having trouble getting some of our favorite black ink, so my distributor suggested I try this one because she knows what inks I like, and so far, so good. So I just need this one time. I'm just going to stamp that there. It's very good. I like it. All right, and then I need the clouds. I want about three or five because I don't like to do even numbers, right? So 3 or 5 of these. Let's do 3. I think it'll be enough. So there's 1, 2, and 3. I will caution you this about this ink. I don't think I would use this ink for my silicone or my acrylic stamps because of the foam pad. You need a stamp that's very firm. If you do, you'll end up getting that halo stamping that I've shown you before. So just be careful because it is a foam pad. It's a firm pad, but it's foam. Look at, this is why my paper scrapped. You see it's got some stains on it, but it's all right. Okay, now back to our, or not back to, but to our Sympathy set for the first time in this card. Now I'm going to go back to my VersaFine pad for this because I'm going to do some selective inking, and I don't want that soft pad for this. I want this firmer pad. So I'm only going to ink up the word sorry for on, this is from the Sympathy set. This is the sentiment I'm going to use from that one, or at least the first sentiment. So I want sorry for, and I want to put it here inside the bone. Just like so, okay? Then I want to clean this because I don't want any shadows, but I'm going to selectively ink the your loss after this. So that way I can put it underneath. So I did sorry for. I better clean that with some squeaky clean. I don't want a shadow. Spray a little squeaky clean on it, take my cloth to it, and then I won't have to worry about any shadow. You also want to make sure this dries because you can still get a little bit of a wet shadow if you're not careful. So make sure it's good and dry. And now I'm going to ink Your Loss by itself. And that's going to go underneath. That is sweet inside that little bone. Okay, you guessed it. It's time to fussy cut. So I got these cut out now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some foam to the back of them, especially the bone. Well, the bone and the clouds. And I think I'm going to glue my panel straight down to my card front. I think. Now my bone, I have choices. It can live here inside of there, or it can live to the side. I think I'm going to let it live to the side, and the reason is I think it looks pretty to kind of be off a little bit, and it kind of covers the card a little more. So now for my clouds, I just want them up in the top. I just think it's kind of cute just to add a little something up there. I may decide not to put these down. I haven't seen them on here yet. I just had it in my mind that this rainbow was kind of going to the sky. And let's see, I'm going to lay them out. So a little cloud here. Let's see, I kind of wanted these to kind of one set to kind of overlap each other like so. And then one could be here and I could trim it off. Is that kind of the look I'm going for? I want to lay it out a little bit before I do. Maybe I want this cloud up here. See, I might have needed 2 more clouds. I don't know, guys. I don't think I like the clouds. I think I'm doing it without the clouds. What about that? You know, change midstream. The clouds were not my favorite. That's okay. Now I have 3 perfectly good clouds to use on something else that are already ready to go. All right, so there's that. Let's get our card base ready. For my card base, I'm using a piece of black cardstock. I'm going to score it at 5.5 and fold this guy over. If I can pick it up, there we go. Fold it over into my scoreboard there, and then I'm going to crease it down just like so. And because I'm using a black card base, I still want to stamp something on the inside. So I went ahead and cut myself a piece that'll mat to the inside like this. And I'm going to stamp on it as well. Back to the Sympathy set, I'm going to use this, the sentiment that says, may your memories bring you comfort and peace. I think that'll be nice. I know that's any pets that I've ever lost, I always love to think back on them. And my memories are what I have. So I'm going to use that here. And let's use that black tie ink again. All right, let's try to be straight here, as straight as I can. Oh, messed up. Don't stress. Watch this. We're going to flip it over. I'm stamping this morning is not good. It's early, y'all. I'm filming this early. I'm trying to catch up on some filming, so I'm in here a little earlier than usual. So let's try it again. Any excuse, right? I'll blame it on it's early. Let's try. Much better. Much better. Okay. So now I'm going to open my card base up and putting glue on the side that is not good. We'll just glue that down and no one will ever see my mistake. No one will ever see it. I'm not going to post it to YouTube or anything, right? It's not like all of you guys are going to see it. There we go. And then I'm going to close this over. Press that down, and now it is time to put this piece on. Something I'm noticing about this black tie ink is it is not an immediate drying ink. So be mindful of that. It does not dry as quick as the VersaFine does. So I don't want to smear anything. So I'm going to try to keep my hands off of my black ink as much as I can, or at least just press and go. And look at that. That's cute, right? I think that is a precious card. And I love being able to use that relic stamp set as a rainbow like that. I love that. I think this is perfect. I know exactly who I'm sending this card to. I have a friend who just recently lost a very precious fur baby, so I know where it's going. But there you go, guys. An idea for making a card when your friends or someone you know close to you has lost a fur baby. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, this is part 4 of 5. We have one more video coming, and that will be tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, subscribe. By subscribing, you don't miss videos. By clicking the bell to get notifications. By the way, do you want to hear something interesting? Do you know only 16% of my subscribers have notifications set? I looked at my analytics and I saw that. So a lot of you tell me you don't get notifications. I wonder if maybe you set up notifications a while ago and now they're not working, because sometimes that happens. So go check your notifications, even if you think you've done them. Click the bell and double check, because I was kind of surprised by that statistic. And like the video, please give it a thumbs up if you did. And you know, if you make one of these or something similar, I want to see it. Head to my customer gallery and share it with us at maymaymadeit.com. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.